Yo, what is going on YouTube? I'm your host Biscuits and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be customizing the Vapid Dominator GTT. This vehicle is based on a 1969 Ford Mustang in real life. So this vehicle was released with the Tuners DLC update a couple of years ago. And this vehicle is actually in two classes. It is in the muscle car class, and it is also in the tuners subclass. So let's hop in here and get straight to customizing it. So as I just stated, the Vapid Dominator GTT is in the muscle car class for racing, and it is also in the tuners subclass. So start off with the armor and the brakes. For the front bumpers, we have a primary or a secondary. Let's go primary and remove the chrome. All right, for the rear, we have a primary, secondary, a smooth, a primary, and a secondary smooth. Yeah, let's go primary smooth. Let's go ahead and dechrome this. For the engine, got some valve covers. Nice. Let's go secondary ribbed for the valve covers. For the air filters, wow, quite a bit of different options here. Let's go with the black supercharger. For the strut brace, let's go for a carbon strut brace. I don't want to add any additional chrome. For the engine tune, we'll go level 4. And for the intercooler, okay, so we have a stock, exposed, intercooler with twin fans, and the water sprayer. All right, let's go for the exposed intercooler. I think that looks very nice. Moving on to the exhaust, we have a chrome tip. We got big bore, straight pipe, a race exhaust, hot ring, and the titanium hot ring. Let's go for the straight pipe. That is a pretty good look for this car. All right, fenders. We can completely ruin the look and do these horrible over fenders. Same thing, but in secondary. You can do bolted and carbon bolted. Yeah, absolutely not. We're gonna leave those stock. All right, for the grille. Okay, so that's a little strange. So the Dominator emblem on the hood, you can remove it from a hood badge delete, which is under the grill option. That makes sense, I guess. You also have a grill delete and a badge and grill delete. Let's just go for the hood badge delete. Make it nice and clean. Headlight covers. We have primary, secondary. We got some tape. Blue, yellow. Primary headlight covers. That is very interesting look. And secondary as well. Yeah, that looks just off to me. I don't think I could rock that look, but it definitely is unique. All right, we're just gonna leave those stock for now. Moving on to the hood. So we have some hood catches. We have chrome, angled, straight hood, race, and the drag hood pins. I do kind of like the race hood and the drag hood, but I do want to be able to pop the hood at car meets and stuff, so I think that will prevent me from being able to open the hood if I put these hood pins on, so let's leave those off. For the hood, we have a primary, we have a carbon stock, primary, vented, secondary. All right, it is kind of hard to see the details here. Let's go back real quick to respray and let me pick out a different color so we can see what's going on here. There we go. We'll just go silver for the moment and back to hood. Okay, primary carbon stock, primary vented, secondary carbon vented, the primary small cowl. It's kind of a cool look. Secondary, a carbon small cowl. Let's have a primary large cowl. Same thing but secondary, and then same thing but carbon. We also have a primary drag hood. Okay. Secondary carbon, and a primary Sabre turbo hood. And again in secondary and carbon. All right, yeah, let's go for the primary Sabre turbo hood. That looks really sick. All right, so for the interior, I like the original interior. I'm not gonna probably do much to it. So stock seats, that's fine. Steering wheel, yep, I want to leave that stock. Roll cage, yeah, we'll leave that stock too. Okay, for the headlights, they are pretty yellow, so let's go ahead and modernize them with some xenons. Livery, all right, so we got white double stripes, we got black double stripes, we have the white performance, black performance, we have black street stripes, black racing stripes. Get some barn find beater if you want to do a rusty livery. Again, past its prime. Another rusty livery. And we have some vintage racers. Another racer. And some more race liveries. Okay, and then we have a flame livery. That's kind of cool. The flame on. We also have a Patriot livery, which I have not unlocked yet. And we also have a 70s Street Machine, which I have not unlocked yet. And I'm completely fine with not having this one unlocked because I'll be honest with you, this livery is god awful. This does not belong on a Mustang at all. Okay, so I think I want to go for the white performance stripes. And we'll just have to figure out a respray color. All right, got some window louvers. We have black plastic. Primary, we have secondary, and carbon. I guess we'll go for the black plastic. Plate, let's go for custom biscuits plate, of course. Respray, come back to that last. Skirts. Okay, so side skirts, apparently just add little vents onto just the very back of the car right behind the back window. Okay, makes sense. It's got primary, secondary, carbon, a primary pillar scoop, secondary, and carbon. Yeah, let's go for the primary pillar vents. I feel like that adds a nice look to this. For the spoiler, we have a primary, secondary, carbon, track wing, maybe drift wing, street, race, extreme performance, and the Autobahn racer. All right, we're gonna go primary wing for this one, of course. That's an easy one for sure. Splitters. Okay, so we can do a chin spoiler delete. We can add a primary chin spoiler. We can make it secondary, carbon, and we also have primary race, secondary race, and carbon. You know, honestly, I think I like the chin spoiler delete. Gives it a nice and clean look. So we'll go for that. Sun strips. We can add a sun strip, and that's cool. It says Dominator. We can also do a secondary. Okay, suspension. We're going to lower this thing all the way down. Absolutely. Now it is sitting very nice. And also, since this is a tuner vehicle, you can stance this car and make it even lower. Transmission, let's go race. And turbo, absolutely. Windows, let's just go for a light smoke. I do kind of like being able to see that classic interior with all the details and the wood grain. So light smoke, wheels. And for the wheels, we're going to throw on these Muscle Freak. As you can see, they're pretty much the exact same wheels as the stock. They're just replicas. A little bit bigger, and they don't have chrome. So let's go for those. Wheel color, probably leave it alloy. We may come back. Let's see. For the tires, we definitely want to go bulletproof. Okay, so now we just have to do a respray. So we have a primary color. We have a secondary color. Okay, so the secondary colors appears to be the stitching on the interior. And we also have a trim color, which is the seats and the roof of the interior. And finally, we have an accent color, which is obviously the gauge cluster lights. Well, honestly, those are probably fine in the ice white. For a primary, I think I want to try this olive green. It is just a classic paint, and it fits on this body style and this generation of vehicle very well. So we will go for that. For the secondary, I think I'm just going to keep it black. Trim color. So I do like dark interiors, but let's add a little bit of color in here. Let's go for this wine red. Still nice and dark, but just a little bit of color in there. And okay, so that appears to be everything. Let's go ahead and get this outside. We can do a sound test and some first driving impressions. All right, and here is the beautiful Dominator GTT. Fully tricked out. This car is looking very sexy. Love the olive green with the white striped livery. First thing I want to do with this car before I forget, this is a tuner's vehicle, so you can stance it. So we'll go down to manage vehicles. We'll go all the way down to vehicle preferences, and then we'll go down to vehicle stance. We'll scroll over once to lowered, and then we'll hit select, and it drops the car down. How cool is that? I love that feature. Honestly, I think every car in this game should have this feature, but that's just me. And it's really cool too how when you drop it down, it like cambers in the wheels. So I noticed no roof or mirror options. Let's go ahead and raise it back up to default. So I don't really care for the license plate placement. It looks off, and as you can see, it looks like it's just hanging on by a thread, like only the very top part is attached. Let's go ahead and get all the doors open and take a closer look at everything. Starting off underneath the hood here first, we got the supercharger on there and the twin air filters. Pretty sweet looking engine model. Also the carbon fiber strut brace is a nice touch. That looks very nice. Coming around over here to the passenger side, I do love the wood grain on the door. It's very old school. Coming around here to the trunk, very, very small trunk. However, a little bit of detail in there, nice to see. And then finally around here to the driver's side, got that beautiful wood grain on the door, as well as the old school roll up and down windows. And then look at that dash. Beautiful dash. And we also have 3 pedals and a stick shift. Very nice, Rockstar. Well done. All right, let's go ahead and give it some gas and do that sound test. Sounds very good. Definitely sounds like a heavily modified V8. Before we get any further, let's go ahead and confirm the drivetrain. 95% sure it is rear-wheel drive, but let's double check. Yes, so the Dominator GTT is rear-wheel drive. The Dominator GTT has a top speed of 115 miles per hour. Alright, so far I am noticing the handling seems to be quite good. Acceleration is pretty decent, and top speed is just okay. I mean, 115 is nothing to write home about. However, the handling is just on point here. It is just sticking to the road. It's quite responsive. You have to try pretty hard in order to get this thing to snap loose on you and have the rear of the car swing out. Now let's go ahead and try a brake test. And brake. Nice, not bad. Brakes are about average, I would say. Alrighty guys, so there you have it, the Dominator GTT. Overall, this is a very cool, old school muscle car in GTA Online. If you guys are fans of old school Mustangs such as this, then I would recommend picking up the Dominator GTT. Performance-wise, it actually outperformed what I expected. I did not expect it to have good handling like this. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. Consider subscribing if you are new to the channel. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.